Very much. Well, in my place, they say, it comes out last. Yes. So after Iba, ADVERTS, where he's going to address his struggle in ensuring the recognition of June 12th as a democracy day, and how that will further enhance the question of regionalism. Over to you, Aare.
I will adopt the submission of Professor Oluwafemi Obayori, because there was a point he's trying to make that the moderator did not allow him to be detailed about, which is very, very important. The first demand of our struggle in 1998 was self-determination. That was the first demand of our struggle. Anybody go back to our history, even in 1994, OIM started with self-determination. OPC stylishly, practically reflect in their aims and objectives in self-determination. By 1998, the tempo was so hot on the issue of self-determination. Our slogan is that the Odua Republic is a must. In all our banners, even t-shirts. But it got to a stage we realized that the elite of Yorubas, like what Eva was saying, is not ready to support self-determination. Even our royal fathers, the kings, they are not ready. And for us as a freedom fighter, we have to sit down and strategize. If you can't meet up on self-determination, we should have another option, or plan B and plan C. Now, if you can't meet up on self-determination, let us have the structuring to regionalism. God so good, Abacha done one thing for Nigeria, which people did not notice because of the bad attitude of Abacha. He was the one that zoned Nigeria to 6 geographical zones that we have today. That even give Niger Delta the recognition they have as a region. So we now started projecting to the public. Okay, we are not talking about self-determination now. Let us restructure Nigeria on the basis of federating units to regionalism. They could not listen. We now have another third option. If we don't want regionalism, even statism, let us start with statism. The US have 50 sovereign states on the basis of statism. And from my speech, welcome my breaks, just 15 ministry. And US is still the police of the world that govern the entire global village. The statism, they are not convenient with statism. In the national conference, we give them many options. We even suggest French parliamentary system of government, which was adopted in the national conference. It took us a serious work before we can scale through state police in the national conference. In the national conference, it was about 492 recommendations, 522 recommendations. And I can tell you from the information I have, from the content of the recommendation, if Buhari government has implemented 70% of that recommendation, Nigeria will have moved forward. On Monday, the Southwest governor met and appoint Governor Sanwo-Olu as the chairman of Southwest Governor. And they now took 2 decisions after appointing as the Southwest Governor. They agreed that from now they would demand for regionalism. Second demand that the Yoruba Unitary Anthem, they adopt it as the Southwest anthem, after national anthem. You know what happened within 24 hours? The media silence on regionalism. People try to silence on the Yoruba Unitary Anthem. Like what Evans was saying, that if the government come out, we get what we want. I won't mention the other figures we are talking about. If we don't do what we are doing here, the government will not do anything. If the grassroots people do not push for agitation, the governors will not take the agitation so serious. They always try to look what is happening in any society before they kill after what we are pushing. We have sat here for a period of 4 hours now. And what we are doing here is not on the 4 walls of this hotel. It's being transmitted in our local media. We can call it local media, internet. Like streaming for about 8 months in different platforms. All over the world is watching us there and listening to what we are saying. Nation, continue pushing for what you want. Depression, it will come from our people in diaspora and it will come beyond Yoruba people. You say Yoruba is very strong when they want to get their thing. I agree with I'll still give the glory to late Raymond Douglas in the National Conference. The Northerners gang up against us in the National Conference. Raymond Douglas used his influence to call the entire leaders of his house conference so that we can push certain things that will move this country forward. On doing that, we managed to get about 70% of the middle belt. That was how to factor issues that can move this country forward in that national conference. I've never said it in public, I will say it today. Alhaji Muhammad Bello said, Gani, when we finished that conference on that day, Gani, everything people brought to this conference, we got it. I can assure you, no one of it will be implemented at the end of the day. And it happened. It's not about. I have part of your blood now. I married your daughter as a wife. So the major people should sit down and know that it's right time to fight for their rights. We started our people in Southwest. The major people started their own police, native police in Niger Delta. The Southeast people start their own native police in the Southeast. You can't leave everything to Yoruba to be pushing for you every time. If only you follow everything Yoruba is doing, immediately we started our people, the Niger Delta government supposed to have their own uniform security outfit in the state level. Also the outfit. For the issue of regionalism, what we are saying here is an advantage to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if he's ready to listen. I can assure him, if you don't look for a way to restructure Nigeria, the Northerners will not allow you for second time. The only thing that can give you an opportunity to get second time is to rally up, right, all the Southerners. Say you are very serious. You have a purpose as number one citizen. we will back him up for second time. Because he's setting some revolutionary step, although it's not for me. The northern did not like it. And they went for him a second time. But the only strategy can apply to make sure we started working on restructuring of this country. They don't have our numbers. Northwest, not all the northeast, we follow northwest. We have the southerner and middle belt, and in the process, we get some northeast in our support. Even some northwest to support us. By then, he can use the parliament, talk to the parliament, and he has a very good relationship with the two leaders of the parliament to give us a certain content of instruction. I will say this, there's no way you can communicate to them on that, because they don't have any relationship with us here. How we communicate? I've never seen a president who did not have a good relationship with his own generalissimo in this life. I've never seen somebody as number one citizen, olórí ogun ìran ẹ̀ ò ní good relationship pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Tí olórí ogun yẹn kò bá lágbára ìṣẹ̀dá olórí ogun yẹn á ràn lọ́wọ́. So something drastically has to be done. We are not sitting here at the door. We spend millions of naira to make sure we can speak as a brothers and sisters in this conference. Frankly, and that was one of the reasons we didn't make this conference as a political conference. I have the network to bring some political leaders, at least 30 to 40 political leaders in this conference, but deliberately and some figures that are neutral to this. So, your brother do a lot of things, done a lot of things for us in the national conference, which is the democracy. So at the same time, talk to your people in the Niger Delta. Let us look for a way to liberate ourselves once and for all. Thank you very much.